Meantime, Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz told the Wall Street Journal he plans to introduce a bill in the coming weeks that would make it easier for consumers to win cases when it comes to government censorship. The lawmaker had come out in favor of Jimmy Kimmel returning to his late night show, saying it was an overreach from the Trump administration to push to have him off the air. And Cruz told the Journal last week he wants to pass a law now giving protections against government-driven censorship and also make it easier for people to win monetary decisions in lawsuits. As the head of the Senate Commerce Committee, he plans to hold hearings on this topic, hearings that are expected to include FCC Chair Brendan Carr. For more on this, I want to bring in now Michael Meyerson. He's a professor of constitutional law at the University of Baltimore School of Law. Michael, thanks so much for joining us here today. So to start with, what makes a censorship case against the government so difficult to win right now?
Well, first of all, there are so many different ways the government can censor. So they can do it directly. They could get you in jail. They could get you deported. They could have you treated badly by your employer. So one of the problems is just there are so many different ways the government can silence their opponents.
So then, Michael, if people do end up filing a lawsuit over censorship, what would you recommend that they do? What are the steps there?
Well, first of all, the trouble is it's really expensive because you're going to need a really good lawyer to go after the entire Justice Department. Second of all, the government has begun to do something that's particularly pernicious, which is hide their hand. So it's not the government getting you in trouble, it's an employer firing you. And we've seen this with both private employers, we've seen this with broadcasters being threatened. And so the danger is also figuring out who actually is causing the harm. And if it can be traced to the government, then that's the time for the lawsuit. But let's take it. Lawsuits are expensive, time-consuming, and also really scary.
Based on your expertise, and I know you kind of touched upon it here, how would you say that censorship has changed over the years, and where do you see it going from here?
What I think is most frightening is that it's becoming acceptable. What I've always wanted is for everyone to realize that sooner or later the government can go after you. I don't care if you like Biden or Trump, or you hated Biden or Trump. Somebody you hate can be in power. And you want to protect freedom of speech for the people you hate. So when it's your turn, you can be protected. What's happening now is you have government officials saying, they are not nice to me, I will go after them. That kind of blatant, shameless willingness to censor is something new. It's usually been kept in the shadows. I'm terrified that in our partisan world, it will be easy to want to censor your opponents, and that's so short-sighted and dangerous.
Yeah, you say, though, Michael, that this is something new. Can you describe this moment quickly in time compared to where we've been?
Yes, I mean, we've always had censorship. Governments always want to silence their opponents. This is the first time I can recall in more than 100 years that the government is simply saying, or the president can say, you are mean to me, I will have the Federal Communications Commission go after you. That blatant, if you are mean to me, I will go after you, has not been stated explicitly by an American president. By tyrants, absolutely, but not by American presidents.
All right, Professor Michael Meyerson, thank you very much for your time and your insight.